Here comes the nasty gram.
Send a priest to save my soul, forget it.
Welcome back to the Nasty Gram RPG Podcast for another installment of Choose Your Own Ambition. This is the final countdown, part 1.
What's good, Nastagram fam? This is Matt, and it looks like it's my turn for a one-shot. Today, I am joined by...
Hey everyone, this is Dan. I am playing Sumanis Keldoros, the Cynosure.
Hey guys, it's Ryan. I'm going to be playing Hilgis Hirlikit, the paladin and lover of smorgasbords.
Hey everyone, this is Jake, and I will be playing Shazim, the warlock of the mythos, and totally different from that other genie that you think I'm similar to.
This is Josh. I'm playing Veet, street urchin, lucky boy extraordinaire, a little bit of wild magic.
Street rat.
Street rat.
I don't buy that.
Nice.
If only they'd look closer, would they see a poor boy? No, sir.
Oh, and we got a call coming from Disney. It's a season to
boy.
say.
Yeah, so that was more than 15 seconds.
That was
Sorry.
beautiful,
Yeah,
and it's captured forever.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone.
All right. I'd say we are going to start off with it's dinner time. You guys have...
Where'd that ring come from?
I have no idea. I thought
okay.
that was on
Sorry.
your end.
I thought that was some weird dinner time ring.
It's a dinner bell, but yeah.
Yeah. You all are together at the cafeteria in the Tradicium. Hilgis is sitting there with a very large plate of meats, hard cheeses, soft cheeses, breads, fruits.
Not so much fruits.
Not so much fruits. Shazim, you are back from a mission probably about a week ago. This is kind of the first time that you have all seen each other since then.
Veet is, he's actually a little sweaty. He's just in his basic tunic, and he came up. He's been spending some time down in the training grounds with a new rapier on his belt. Probably doesn't have the rapier right now, but you know he's been spending a good amount of time in the training grounds with some of the blade masters of the Tradicium. Because he multi-clashed. He says, Hilgis, everything you eat it's too salty and, yeah, they're very dry.
I don't see it's delicious. If you use the if you don't get a plate, if you just use the tray and put the food on the tray, you can fit more food.
I have concerns for you. There's
Pro tip.
a disease I heard from the Westerland, scurvy. You might want to look into it. Bites into a juicy orange.
That is what my food eats.
Sumanis is sitting at the table with you, Hilgis, and he kind of looks up as Veet approaches, and he kind of says in his off-kilter dialect, the trainings, they are going well.
Good, yeah. Gabriel is a good swordsman. One of your kin, I think.
He nods, kind of knowing that elves are sort of lumped together.
Wait. Friend, you are learning to fight with a sword.
Yes, I mean, I have some skill with the blade before, but
And that toothpick there is a sword?
it's a lot more to lug around than this. He taps his boot where his dagger is.
That's not a knife.
Gabriel says, it's not the size of the blade. It's where you put it. He winks at you.
You see Shazim sort of raise an eyebrow, kind of thinking about that one for a second.
Well, Hilgis says that it doesn't matter where you put the hammer because it is big.
He kind of raises his eyebrows at you. Hilgis says,
Yes.
Spending too much time with Sumanos.
Who?
Sue.
Oh, okay.
Sue arches an eyebrow at you and continues eating. Sumanos is, of course, a vegan. Of course. Of course.
Which actor was he played by? Was it?
Not a clue. I don't know which pretty boy it was, but pick an elven
I
pretty
don't think
boy.
we cast these guys.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Too many roles.
Shazim is Sinbad, right?
I feel like Shazim might be The Rock.
Ooh, wow.
Expect now that I have an 18 strength.
Oh, there
Dear
you go.
Lord.
Warlock with an 18 strength.
Yeah, that would be The Rock.
No tats though. No tattoos. That's your thing.
That's Dan's character's
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I think Hilgis was a young
not
Chris
allowed by
Farley.
Allah.
If we did Tommy Boy era. Anyway.
That's amazing. I would pay money for a Chris Farley The Rock movie, by the way.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
That was a missed opportunity.
So what is new? Has anyone got any more coming up?
I have recently returned from a fantastic journey across the plains.
Yes, I heard that was exceptionally well run. Trip that you took.
Veet, as Shazim is telling you about his last journey, you see a higher up from the requisitionists order come into the cafeteria, and you see them walk pretty quickly to the other side of the room, and she walks up to a relatively large human. You recognize him as, somebody from the Warden branch. You're not exactly sure, but he looks like somebody who's into fighting, and you see that they have kind of a hurried conversation, and they both get up and leave the cafeteria very quickly.
Strange bedfellows. Ask and you shall receive. And maybe the Hard Bois right again.
They are bedfellows, yeah? To the rumor mill.
Let me go on this board where one can tweet up a message.
No. Give it to a little bird and it carries it around the castle.
Awful. I'm sure that's in so many homebrew games.
It's the worst.
He just keeps tucking into some food, rebuilding his strength from training.
Sumanis kind of turns to you, Shazim, and he says, I would like to hear more of this plane walking.
Shazim's kind of looking at the door where they hardly exited, kind of a little distracted, but he says, imagine a world that appears as our own, but things are reversed. What is dark is light.
It is Sumanis' understanding that it is not easy to pass from one realm to another.
It was a mistake.
But you did this mistake many times.
Yes, in fact, we went to a place revered by your people. What the hell is it called? The Elven...
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Tree world.
Tree world. No, I remember.
Well, he just says, we met creatures. They appear as elves, but stood 30 feet tall. They fed us water from a stream which healed our wounds. It was fortunate that we went to their world. They were able to assist us.
Do you know how to get back?
I have been asked that question so many times since returning. I am not sure.
Arcadia. Is that the one?
Arcadia National Park. That's it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
It's
there is
beautiful.
Narboria, though, too. I think it's Arcadia that we
It
went
was
to.
Arcadia.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, even now, the members of your order continue to harass us with questions. Study us, looking for connections to find out how to do it again. I'm sure eventually you and your order will unlock the secret. So having been there, I can tell you it is a beautiful place, but there are so many interesting things and places to explore and see. One should not be tethered to one realm, but allowed to travel. That is why I've come here, to join the mythos, to learn all that I can.
It is why it is why Sumanus joined the Cynosaurs. They have secrets I have yet to learn about how to travel amongst these places.
Veet leans over and grabs from a bowl of cherries and says, "For a boy from Vragos, the lands of Regnum have plenty mysteries left to uncover."
And why did you join?
Way out of the streets of Vragos. I met a man in Vragos. Thought some of my work could be put to other use here.
You have magic, yes?
Fortunate happenings. But yes.
And its source? You do not carry a book like the others.
No. Reading is not my greatest strength. But things seem to just work out.
That is a lucky skill.
Something like that.
When do you think will be assigned again?
I have a feeling anytime now.
You guys,
As we all look towards the dungeon master.
it's probably been about an hour since they left the room. They haven't come back in. You guys have finished up and, probably are going to go turn in for the night. It's getting late, probably closer to, 8, 9 o'clock.
Well, perhaps I'll see you for supper tomorrow. Need to get back in the training grounds in the morning. Clean up, get some rest.
Sumanus nods to you. Another day. More to learn.
Ilgus, easy on the cheese.
No.
Trust me, I've spent some time on the road with you. It would be nice.
For you, maybe, not me. I like the cheese.
Won't be able to poop for days.
Wait, what is poop?
I've never done that.
Yeah, I've never done that in D&D.
Veet stands and starts walking out of the hall.
Do you guys all make your way to bed, clean up?
Yeah, probably.
What?
Just another day at the Drodesium.
Yeah,
Nothing to worry about. No need to put my armor on. All right. We're fine. Everything is fine.
Hilgus, it is about 4 o'clock in the morning when there's banging at your door.
Breakfast already?
Hilgus, Hurlikid, open the door.
Oh, okay. I open the door.
In front of you stands, you recognize him. He's the man that was in the cafeteria. It is Cardoon. I'm not sure how hierarchy works in the Tradicium, but you probably consider him like a major somewhere in there. Pretty high up, definitely not at the top, but, in charge of some things. There has been an emergency, and I need you to gather your team.
The Hard Bois ride again. I will put clothes on and rally the troops.
Just let them know.
Yeah.
They have 30 minutes. Meet in the courtyard.
Aye, aye, Captain. We will not let you down. I'm going to put on my armor hastily.
A montage of preparing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's everyone's montage preparation action?
Veet is standing in the shadows by the door as he unlocks it. Always ready to stab someone coming in his door late at night. And then he keeps, as you see his room, he's been here now for probably months, and still his pack is there. There's a few things out of it, and it takes just a moment to throw those belongings in, shoulder the pack, and head out. Now wearing studded leather armor.
Ooh.
Armor. Armored wizard.
Ilgus doesn't knock, he just breaks down everyone's doors. Just full on barrels. He apologizes afterwards, but
Don't apologize to us. Apologize to the poor fucking
Dude, the
handyman who
fucking
needs to-
door is open. It's not locked. You just have to open it.
Whoever's in charge of maintenance here just hates Hilgin.
Yeah.
it's more fun.
Between that and the clogged toilets.
The next game, it's It's going to be trying to figure out who killed Hilgis, and it's the maintenance.
the
man.
groundskeeper.
It's the groundskeeper. I think Sumanis, he has committed to living at the Tradicium, but he lives very simply. Doesn't have a lot of belongings, so he just gathers up his clothes and a few things, provisions for the road, and walks out. It's pretty quick.
And as usual, Shazim keeps everything he owns inside his magic lantern gem. So his room is also empty because we're a bunch of fucking loners.
Jesus.
So you come in and he just puts on his turban with the red glowing gem in the center, still shirtless, and just follows you out.
So
and he says,
sexy.
I suppose we got our wish sooner than expected.
My friends, I think you all need to go to the Tradicium decorator. Maybe get some knickknacks, baubles, something to really zazz up your rooms a little bit.
As well, I put a hand on your shoulder and I say, I hope that someday I can show you my room, my home. It is beautifully decorated. But alas, I'm not sure. I tap my forehead. I'm not sure how to get you in. I am trying. I'm learning.
I need to be maybe 6th or 7th level.
Yes, perhaps that will do.
Couple more missions.
I do not follow.
You guys make your way down into the courtyard, and you see Cardoon standing there, along with a half elf that Sumanis recognizes. He is a Cynosaur of your order.
Okay.
Pretty high level. It looks like he was also awoken in the dead of the night to come and meet you. As you all come together, Cardoon is whispering to Lofon, talking in a hushed voice as you approach. Good. 27 minutes. Not bad. Hilgis, you're getting better at this. I appreciate it. There is something I need you all to take care of. After the last mission of the Hard Bois, we think this is something that may be a bit in your purview. You'll be traveling to Snowmelt. Lofon here will be taking you there. It is an expedited journey, so please, I hope you didn't eat too heavily. Could be rough on the other side, but Lofon is one of the best, I guarantee it. Once in Snowmelt, you will meet with the Ota. Any of you familiar with the history of the Awakening? That is what the Order of the Hawk goes by now. You'll meet a representative there concerning Requisitionist Star and her return to the Tradicium.
Matt, is that someone that I know?
You would recognize the name. You've never seen them, but you know that's kind of by design.
What's their name again, Matt?
Star. Requisitionist Star.
Veet's kind of pacing, as he often does, to the side. Says, very well, I noticed Farrell was not at his desk early, so do we not need any further supplies?
Well, I guess that depends on what you bring. There really is no time to gather up here. We are not exactly sure what is or has happened. As
Then
far
perhaps
as
just give us a bag of gems and send us on our way. I wink at Veet.
we'll get to that. Star was part of Inquisitor Woodward's team. They were sent to a mining site near Damarel. It's on the border of Nestia and the Dwarven lands, if any of you are familiar. We had gotten some reports that something was found and began causing quite a disturbance amongst the populace. Questions started to be asked about things that they shouldn't know about. As we do, we sent Woodward's team, and as far as we knew, everything had gone successfully. They'd obtained their target and would be returning in 2 days. 3 days after that message, we received word from Pharrell of the Ota that Star had been found unconscious on the side of a river south of the city of Snowmelt. If any of you familiar, Snowmelt is further north than Damarel. Not sure what drew them north or what happened in that time frame. And Pharrell only mentioned Star. Woodward and their cynosure Keegan are should currently be listed as MIA.
Any word on what it was that they were after in the first place?
Do not. It was rumors. This is not good, gentlemen. We don't usually lose 3 agents, especially operating at the levels they do. I realize that, you see, he kind of shifts a little uncomfortably, that I should have assigned a warden to go with them, more protection, but we assumed that it would be peasants, miners, nothing of any real danger there. That is why we'll be sending the 3 of you, and this time along with a warden.
Hilgus.
Well, trust me, where Hilgus goes, we follow safely in his stead.
Well, for your sake, I hope so, and for your sake, I hope that a few of those incidents on your last mission were, well, exaggerated.
So to be clear, sir, our mission is to find this missing team.
Your mission is to find out what happened to Star and ensure her return to the Trudicium. As far as going deeper on this, I will leave that up to your judgment as a team. This isn't your first mission, all of you, and this is also your second mission as a team.
Matt, Woodward and Keegan are also missing, though?
Correct. Yes. So 2 are missing, 1...
Star is not missing.
Right, she was found unconscious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. But so he's saying our mission is not to find the missing guys, it's to find out what's wrong with her.
And
Yes.
bring her back.
Bring her back. Yes, as far as you know, she was found unconscious. You guys think about this time-wise, it was about 6 hours ago that interaction in the cafeteria occurred.
Right, when we saw the
Yeah.
requisitionist and the warden talking.
Sumanis kind of speaks up and says, if a requisitionist Star...
Wait, sorry, Matt, was that Star we saw in the cafeteria?
No, it was
Oh,
not.
okay, right, okay.
Sumanis says, if requisitionist Star cannot be revived, should we press on to Damarel?
I think he's saying this is our judgment, and, Hilgus has never failed in a mission, so we follow his lead.
Very well, we must leave immediately.
Yes. Lofon will be your guide. Good luck, gentlemen. As for compensation and supplies, sorry, I almost had forgotten. Here is 350 gold. It should be more than enough to get what you need. Good luck. When he turns, just kind of steps off, and Lofon goes through the procedure, hands all of you your coin, and you begin your journey northward. Screen wide.
Screen wipe. Yeah.
The spiral.
Yeah.
Spiral spring
Batman
wheel.
spiral. Yeah. Love it.
By the time you guys arrive in Snowmelt, it is probably like mid-morning. The sun has been up for a few hours. The dew has burned off the grass in the fields. It's, like midsummer, so it's pretty warm.
Do we know where Star is being kept?
Lofon looks at you. Man, I don't really know. Cardoon just told me that I had to take you guys up here and not to ask too many questions, to be honest. They really kind of seemed like they were trying to keep this one hush-hush. Sounds like somebody up top really fucked up.
It is likely that the Order of the Hawk has a monastery in Snowmelt. There we shall find Star.
Yeah.
Very well. Has anyone been here before?
I have not walked this. Sumanis has not walked this path yet.
Hilgis, Svit, have you been to this city?
No, I've met many who have. It is the main transit point south to Vragos.
Then I suppose we simply ask locals until we can find this place, yes?
Well, I can't miss it. Just to walk up there.
You guys begin your trek. You see that Snowmelt is built up on sort of the edges of a cliff along the icing flow,
Flow.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Built up on the icing flow there is a large waterfall that cascades down through parts of the town as the river flows through it. And you see sort of upstream from all of it, kind of on the edges of town, you see what looks like a simple temple. You see that there are emblems of a large bronze hawk on a large set of wooden doors at the front of it that are cracked open so you can make your way through.
I think we walk together as a group. Does Lofan kind of part ways with us?
Yeah. Yeah, once you guys started heading off into the city, he pretty much sat where he was, pulled out a meal, and began to eat.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're kind of in a hurry, so we just kind of rush there and just go right in.
Helgis is a little bit. Is there enough to share, or is that just your? Never. Okay, never mind.
We have coin aplenty for meals. Snowmelt is supposed to be quite striking. The icing flow goes through a series of falls, and this is where the goods from further north they are moved from one part of the river to another. Many expansive views, fine inns.
Yes, I've heard that this place has a rich history in Nestia. It is where the heroes of the North first formed.
I was going to say, it's where it all started.
Rich backstory of a 4-year campaign
that we did not record.
Is that the group that made the tragic blunder of not allowing the great archer to ride with them?
All right.
Inside.
You guys make your way in through the door, and you see humanoids of all makes. There are humans, there's half-elves, there are full elves, you see tieflings, there are orcs and half-orcs, kind of all living in a sort of symbiotic relationship. They're all dressed in very simple robes of deep reds and golds with accents of browns and lots of earth tones.
Kind of like Shaolin style, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yep.
I look for the Wu-Tang Clan.
One a young tiefling approaches you. Welcome to the Temple of the Hawk. What can I do for you?
We look for the one named Feral.
Oh, you are with the Traditium.
Yes, we are the Hard Bois. Perhaps you have heard of us.
No, Come, please, thank you. And they
How has word not spread here yet?
take off pretty quickly.
Very insular, this order. Zealots a little bit.
Oh, I see.
They lead you to a small outbuilding. It's set off to the side of the main temple. They lead you in and down a set of stairs to sort of a basement sort of setup. And in the basement, you see a halfling bound with their hands behind their back, sitting on a chair off in the side of the room, and you see two monks standing there, both stone-faced, sort of watching the bottom of the stairs very intently for anybody coming down.
Is that where we're heading? We're heading down the stairs? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's where they led you, the tiefling.
We're being led by the small tiefling?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Veet's hand kind of drops to the pommel of his blade when he sees someone looks like a prisoner, thinking that we're...
What is the meaning of this?
I will get Pharrell. Please, just wait. This is who you're here for. And as they say that and point, Veet, you look at this halfling and you see the symbol. You see a symbol on their lapel of the Requisitionist Order of the Trudicium. And you can assume that this is Star. You'd always heard that they were very good at getting in and out of places and not being noticed. And seeing her like this, you kind of get a better idea why. And also as to why you guys don't really know too much about each other.
So Matt, I know thieves can't now, according to the player's handbook, but I thought maybe flavor-wise, maybe that's like a sort of secret language, limited language that the Requisitionists use, like kind of a coded
That's
thing.
cool.
That's a good
Yes,
idea.
I love that.
So Veet, maybe it's a mixture of gestures and phrases, and he looks at Star and indicates, basically says, are you safe?
You don't see any recognition or motion from Star. They're hands behind their back, propped up in this chair, and they're motionless. You see that they're breathing, but you can't really tell if they're conscious or in some sort of stupor or stun. And you see that your sort of hand motions, they kind of draw the attention of the two monks standing there. And you can see that they're both kind of eyeing all of you up and down a little bit more, and their posture has gotten a little bit more tense.
Veet looks at them and says, why is she restrained? She needs assistance, medicine, no? Is this how you treat...
This
Yes.
is how we treat those who are a danger to themselves or others.
I think Simonis keeps kind of both his hands away from any weapons or anything, and we must speak to Pharrell. We were told to make sure that Star is in good health.
As you say that, you hear a set of boots coming down the stairs behind you all. And you turn to look, and you see a tiefling. This one, pretty tall, probably about 5'11", almost 6 feet tall, large horns growing off the top of his head. He's got a reddish purple hue to his skin with large silver eyes. Thank you very much for coming. I do apologize for, the state of this, but in order to keep everyone safe, these are the measures that we had to go to. I'm glad that you responded so quickly. Thank you.
You guys all notice that Veet kind of starts to look like a feral cat that's stuck in a house, like looking around. We're in a basement, down a set of stairs. One of somebody he thinks of as probably an ally is restrained, and sort of like his entire like sort of demeanor changes.
You must excuse us. We were given very little information about the state Star within. Could you please explain these restraints and what is going on here?
Sumanis puts like just a hand on your shoulder, just to like rest it on your shoulder.
He like kind of brushes off as he keeps kind of pacing around the room.
Of course. Well, as we passed to the Tradicium, Star was found unconscious along a tributary of the Icing Flow, just southwest of where we stand now. You could see her wounds consisted of bludgeoning. She's hypothermic, but I think we have managed to save that. If any of you would like to make sure that she's okay, please feel free. You won't be harmed.
Why the restraints?
Veet makes his way over to her as he indicates that's okay, and he's making a show of checking her out, but he's also checking her restraints.
You give me a investigation?
Investigation or sleight of hand? Medicine? I have investigation. I don't have.
Yeah, give me investigation.
14.
You go over to look her over, and you see that, Pharrell he's telling the truth. You can see that it looks like she's been beaten up. She's lots of bruises. You can see that none of them look fresh. Nothing looks like it's been done in the last probably 6 to 8 hours. You can see that the tips of her fingertips, the tips of her ears, and even her lips, they still kind of have that like bluish purple tinge of somebody who's been very cold for a while. She's not shivering, but that discoloration is still there. Check out the ropes on her, and you see that they're wrapped around. They're not tied, but on a 14, you kind of try to move them around a bit, and you see that they're like locked in place. Not with a knot, but just almost like they're glued or stuck together somehow. You're not entirely sure how. But as you're kind of looking up the sleeves of her arms, you see what looks like fire damage. You see sort of deep red burn marks on some of her arms.
Pharrell, my name is Shazim. I am part of the Order of Mythos. We investigate and learn about magics, mostly magics involving the artifacts.
Yes, I am very aware.
And may I ask again, why is Pharrell being restrained? Did she wake?
Star.
Sorry, why is Star being restrained? Did she wake? Did she try to harm someone?
She did. When she was found by the river, we tried to resuscitate her immediately. And when we did, she lashed out with something that someone like her should not be able to do.
Magic.
Precisely. Now, from what I know about your order, the markings on her lapel, as with your friend there, that states that they are, I believe you call them requisitionists, yes?
Yes.
Your mythos. The larger, huskier gentleman over there. You look like a warden, yes?
Yes, I am warden.
And you.
He's smart.
I always bring a traveler. I assume that's your job.
Sumanis puts a hand to his chest and kind of does a short bow.
Pharrell, it is not unheard of for requisitionists to know how to use magic. There's a good amount of cross-training within our organization. It helps to round out our abilities. But it concerns me that she used this magic against you and your order. Is that what happened?
It is.
Can you give me more details about the magic? What did it look like? Fire?
Well, I was not there, but from what I was told, when they awoke her, there was they described it as a glint in her eye. And before they knew it, she was on her feet, had drawn 2 of her daggers. As he points to a table across the room, you see that there are an absurd arrangement of daggers. Throwing daggers like curved, twisted, ones that have like 3 blades on them. You're looking at this arrangement, you can see that this is clearly meant for somebody who is a rogue or an assassin. This is somebody who likes to get up close behind somebody and do some real damage.
Veet looks at the table the way a Texan looks at a table full of guns. Just
With a
nods.
full erection?
Like, well, she was going out.
It's her right.
It's very reasonable. It's very, yeah.
And says, he kind of says with a smirk, perhaps she just heard rumors of your hospitality.
Cute. No.
Pharrell, I believe that your order and my order, we have a good working relationship. And I'm sure you understand that our members would not attack you under their own free will. There must be something happening to her.
Yes. We do sometimes have a good working order. That is very true. When you share information with us, we share information with you. Had the Trudicium bothered to reach out to us and let them know that they were sending a team into our backyard, perhaps things could have gone a bit differently. Perhaps your star here wouldn't be in the position she is. Perhaps one of my monks would not be in the infirmary as well. But sometimes working conditions, they get a little skewed on missions, yes?
I'll make no excuses, but I must tell you she was not meant to be here. How she got here is a mystery. We were
Certainly
not
something
working
for you
within,
to find out, but
we were not working within your boundaries. They were working in Damarel, I believe. How she got here is unknown to us.
Damarel, you say? Very interesting. Well, I can tell you
Mr.
more.
Pharrell, I have shared with you as you have requested. So please tell us what is so interesting about Damarel.
Rumors recently. Things being uncovered that, well, frankly, I don't know how much you know about the Order of the Hawk and what it is that we do, or who is, well, I suppose more why we were founded. I'm not sure how much history you know, but there isn't exactly time for lessons. What I can tell you from what we've been able to discover is that when Star awoke, before she took down one of my monks and we were able to stun her, she began muttering 3 words. Separate, well, interesting, but together they intrigued us. And in the spirit of working conditions with your order and building bridges, we thought we would reach out to you to well, recover what may have been lost, discover what happened to your team, instead of us doing what it is that we can do and make problems like this disappear. Do you understand what I'm saying, Shazim?
Not at all.
Unfortunate.
I do not understand the need for such trickery. We fight on the same side, for the same cause. Why do we not work together? Why do you and the people who send us here simply give us more mystery? You and those who have sent us simply say there are rumors, but no one will tell us what. If we are to do anything about this, we must be given concrete information.
Well, I cannot give you concrete information. The only one who could tell you what is going on is sitting in that chair here, and as I believe is who you are here for. Is that correct?
Shazim nods.
Simonis kind of looks at Star closely. When you did the thieves' cant, we probably didn't see that. Like that was sort of sleight of hand, right?
Hopefully not.
Yep,
If they
okay.
did it well.
Simonis asks, is Star in her right mind? Has this effect worn off?
We have not let her gain consciousness since then. So, we're not sure.
Well, if you will turn her over to our custody, we will return her to the Tridicium, where our healers may inspect her and attempt to learn more.
Certainly. If
She also traveled with 2 other companions. Have you seen any sign of them?
she wasn't alone.
She was not?
You see that he turns to the 2 guards in that room and he nods to them, and they both take off and head up the stairs pretty quickly, leaving just Star himself and the small tiefling in the room with you.
Veet, eyes kind of pop from each of you, kind of look at you guys and look at less of their numbers in the room.
Shazim shrugs and says, very well, we will be on our way. I would ask that you assist us in keeping her unconscious until we can get to our waystone.
By what manner do you keep her unconscious? I think Simonis is going to start walking towards her now.
We have techniques practiced for
Just keep
centuries.
stunning fists. They've got the acolytes just stunning fists every turn.
These practice.
They just fucking. What do you think the little kid's here for? She's not going to do any real damage, but I'll knock you the fuck out.
Veet he takes his traveling cloak off and throws it around her shoulders and kind of brushes a hand against her bruised chin and says, I think I see these techniques. As he does that, I'm going to put the cloak around her, pat it around her and kind of trying to subtly with sleight of hand, just check her restraints, not trying to free her, but try to see if they do seem magically adhered or if they're fastened in some sort of just mechanical way.
They are magically secured. You can't see any mechanical thing that is binding them together.
Got it.
I think as Simonis kind of is standing in front of Star, and as V kind of steps in and wraps his cloak around her, Simonis will turn and take a few steps away from them and head towards that table of her belongings and start to gather them up.
Oh, yeah. Shazim helps you gather them up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Hilgis carries her now?
I suppose so. I believe we should leave the restraints in place, since we do not know what state of mind she is in.
As you guys are gathering her things up, Pharrell is just kind of standing off to the side. Well, in the spirit of fairness, I should tell you the last of what we know before you go and let you make up your mind from there. But the 3 words that she muttered over and over before we put her completely out were Tridicium, servant, and freedom. They don't mean a particularly to us. I'm not sure if they mean anything to you, but in respect of your order, our leader, Eri, would like to give you the chance to put put your house in order, if you will. The Trudicium walks a very fine line. They amass very powerful items. Please remind them that there are things that exist on this plane that arrived in a very dark time.
Matt, Shazim has knowledge history and knowledge arcana. He actually... Oh, this is the funniest thing I have heard. I believe the word in your language is hypocritical. That you would give us such a warning. You who wield one of the artifacts that should have been destroyed. An artifact capable of bringing great evil into this world. A strange warning from your order.
Yes.
The order has an artifact?
We will pass this message along to the Trudicium, and perhaps in return, if you ever need to know what one of those words mean, freedom, I can give you some advice.
Pleasure to make all of your acquaintances. Good luck. And he snaps his fingers, and you see that those ropes around her wrists drop off and they fall to the ground. Be safe on your travels. We'll be watching.
You'd be an awesome Dom.
He stands off to the side and gestures for you to head up the stairs.
Hilgis, you pick her up?
Yes.
All right, I think, Veet, you're probably trailing Hilgis, and then Shazim and I are kind of split her belongings, and we kind of head back up to the top of the stairs. When we get to the top of the stairs, I'm going to do a quick scan for those two guards. Are they anywhere in sight?
You do not see them anywhere in sight, but you do. Give me a perception check. In fact, everybody can give me a perception check if you'd like. DC 15.
17 for Veet.
16.
18. Ryan loses. He's distracted by cheese.
He's carrying somebody. It's fine.
I don't know why I have an asterisk next to perception. I don't know why
I think
did that.
Wasn't there something that you got a bonus with your warlock thing or something?
Oh, no. It was because last game I had a weird magic item.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Veet mutters under his breath loud enough for you to hear, all of you guys, as we head up the stairs. Zealots.
You see that with that perception check, you guys see that there is a bit of a hubbub of activity. It's not as sort of relaxed as it was before. You see that there are more people moving about, and they're moving faster than before. It looks like people are moving with alacrity now.
I see it too. I rolled a 6, so 5.
Nice.
The ants at your feet, as you're walking, you're trying to not crush, are moving with alacrity as well.
None of you have any tracking ability, right?
Tracking? I have guidance.
That would be a rangery thing.
I also have -1 in survival.
Nice. That's a good survival check.
Veet is, as much as he can, is paying attention to the inside of this place. He is he's not happy about this interaction, and he's filing things away for future reference.
As we're kind of walking, I say, Veet, perhaps you should find out what this disturbance is about while we find Lofan.
Good idea.
Perhaps meet us in the town. There is an inn there. Quite famous. It is built over the falls. Meet us there.
See you there.
As we're walking out, I say, I've always wanted to see it.
As we move, Matt, Veet's going to look for an opportunity. He's kind of moving up to help Hilgis check on Star, just kind of moving back and forth enough to look for an opportunity to duck off to the side into a shadowy spot.
Word. You guys are making your way to the large wooden doors that you entered from, and Veet kind of gives you gives you all a nod as he sort of slips off to the side. Are you using your requisitionist ability, or are you just trying to go with...
Depends how closely we're being
Stealthy.
followed and observed. I'm going to try to do it when we're kind of within sight, like going through the gate. So try to make it.
You see that there are not the same two guards, but there are people watching you. I mean, you're carrying somebody who they feel is dangerous out of their compound, so they want to make sure that, you know, they get that she's out. So
if I have to, I will actually exit and step to the side, you know, just kind of be out of the way, focus on Hilgus carrying Star as they make their way out of sight. And then from the shadows with a whisper, use Misty Step to pop back in and then use his requisitionist ability to fade into the shadows.
okay.
Love it.
So your requisitionist ability is a charm effect. So anything that is immune to charm, it does not work. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. I am also trying to hide. Like I'm going
Yep.
out of the way. And basically all I want to do is get out of sight and just, if I can hear a few snippets of their conversation after we exit, see any reactions of them as they go. He's not going to be in here long-term hiding out. Just try to be somewhere that he can get back out from and just get a little bit of information if possible. Like, I don't know the exact layout, but if he can be somewhere after the side, above, if on top of a wall, whatever.
Yeah, you see the walls aren't super tall. They're only like 6 feet tall. They're not really, it's not like they're meant to keep anybody out kind of thing. I mean, you're on the edge of snowmelt, so it's not like they're not really worried about getting raided or anything. So it'd be pretty easy to pop up and over this wall.
Okay.
But as you pop back in and you kind of keep behind the shadows and you hide behind one of the pillars that is by this sort of entryway, you see the two guards and Pharrell probably about 150 feet away in a very nondescript building. Like, it almost looks like it would be like a maintenance building and not any sort of prayer aspect of this monastery.
Okay.
You gonna make your way over to them, or
If I think I can do so fairly low observation, then I will. I only have a limited amount of time with my requisitionist ability. I'm also trying to be stealthy in my own right. And like I said, V wants the opportunity to hear or see anything that he can before he gets back out of there.
okay. You know what? Give me a, what is it? Stealth. Yeah.
All right.
With
Josh,
advantage.
it increases 1 minute per level. So you have
Oh, it is?
3 minutes.
Okay. 4 class level.
Oh, yeah. Class level.
All right. I'm going to use Tides of Chaos in this one for advantage.
Oh, you already had advantage, so I was giving you
okay.
advantage without it.
Then
With your ability and all that good stuff.
That's a 24 then.
Nice.
Hot dog.
So yeah, you know, looking at where they are, you think that you could pretty easily and quickly make your way along this wall behind some structures and probably directly overhear the guards and Pharrell talking.
All right. I do that then.
You head over and you see that the room that they're in it's not big. It's probably 20 feet by like 20 feet, kind of a square. And there's really nothing in here. A couple of small wooden pews, and there is a humanoid statue at one end of the room, sitting cross-legged with both of their hands sort of in front of them together in sort of a diamond position. And you see that one of the hands kind of looks like it's wearing some sort of glove or something like that. And you see the three of them in this room, and they're all the guards are talking to Pharrell. Well, so there was no signs of any others. It was just her, unconscious by the river. We don't know anything about the other two or where they could have gone. And you see Pharrell calmly looks at the both of them. It is okay. They are slippery sometimes. Damn Tradicium, they have access to so much. It is impossible to understand what they can do sometimes. I've said that. Yep. So, and you see he stops mid-sentence and nods his head. Apologies.
Gotta keep control of that devil temper.
We need to find the other two. If it is true what the rumors say, and there was an item from the awakening there, then it could mean a second one is on the way. We must find them. Do you understand? I will reach out to the Tradicium and let them know that they have come and taken their cohort with them, and that we know nothing else. If there is anything that you can find out before nightfall, we can use it. Go. And you see he sends both of them off, and he stays in this room, and he sort of stays facing this statue that's there. You see him nod his head a few times and turn and walk away.
Matt, this is a real missed opportunity to talk about how amazing the statue looks and how epically badass it is. And
oh no, it doesn't. It's very mundane and plain. It looks honestly, it kind of looks like one of those like early Bronze Age statues. Like it looks slightly misshapen, kind of thing. Like it looks like it's very organic.
Matt, can we jump ahead to us being in a
Absolutely.
room?
Yeah, Veed.
What was the name of the halfling, or not halfling, the senator that brought us?
Lofan.
Lofan.
Lofan is a halfling, right? No.
No, he's half elf.
Half elf.
Yeah, he's a half elf.
So I assume we pick him up along the way then, because he was waiting for us, right?
Yes.
So he's probably with us now.
Yeah.
Plus, we're gonna need an NPC to watch her.
When you
We'll
guys
probably take her back.
when you guys came out of the temple and started making your way down to the city, you saw him sitting outside of a pub on the main drag with a pint in his hand.
Nice. Yep. So
Lofan, we have Star.
Excellent.
Come with us. We will celebrate another win for the Hard Boys.
I believe we should have a discussion before returning with her. We wait for Veet to return and speak.
Is she conscious?
No.
Inside, quick. Let's go.
It may be for the best. We should not wake her yet.
Shuffle inside. It looks like he's probably gotten a room of his own. He wasn't sure how long it was gonna take for anything, so he's got a room set up. You guys all go into his room. Not long after, maybe 5 minutes later, V shows up. Lofan, it was downstairs, called him in, brought him upstairs. You guys are all together. Star is on the bed, still unconscious.
Matt, while we're waiting during that 5 minutes, I take all of Star's equipment and I go to my secret genie lair and I leave it all there. And I'm going to just detect magic on it before I leave. I'm not really, I assume some of her daggers are magical, but I'm kind of just looking for like anything out of the ordinary.
No.
Okay.
like 95% of her daggers are mundane. There is only one that's magical, and kind of looking at it, you figure you know what it does. It's one of those you can throw it and it automatically will appear back into your
as
belt.
long as
Mathematically, that means she has 20 daggers.
That's what I was about to say. I love this 95%. That is amazing.
nice.
There's
As long
that
as
many
it's not
daggers.
like, oh, this one dagger has like immense amounts of fucking necromancy or anything wacky that might be like, oh, we have the artifact the whole time.
No,
so I just leave all her shit there just because I don't want her to have access to it.
But you see that one is overtly magical, but you do see that there are two of them, and the nicks and dings on the blade, they have a faint aura of magic to them. They're not magical themselves, but with your mythos power, you get the sense that there's something slightly off about these. Maybe somebody cast a spell on them.
Huh. I'm
Something like that.
gonna take one of them back with me when I leave my lair. But also before I leave my lair, there's a like mannequin with a suit of armor on it, and I walk over and I touch it, and it turns to smoke and then like appears on me.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, it's one of my abilities, my
pretty sweet.
warlock eldritch armor.
Nice.
And then I come back into the room and I say, Avit, you have returned.
I have, and we may not have the relaxing night I thought we might. They spoke. We cannot trust this order. They revealed that there were no others, but they are looking for them. They are not going to tell the Tradisium anything more. They think there may be an object, an item from the awakening. They will seek to gain it before we can.
I believe we must find this before them.
We must also find our missing companions.
I think one and the same will be our path. The two that were down there with us, I think they are already on the lookout tonight.
The question is, do we send Lofan back to the Tradisium with Star, or do we have them stay here?
How far is it to this city? Demeril?
It's not close. I think we might need to risk waking her.
We could question her at least.
That is, if she is of her right mind.
Before we do this, there's one other thing. I have hidden away her weapons so that she may not use them against us, but I noticed two of them have a faint aura of magic on them. Not that they are enchanted themselves, but something has affected them. I hold up one of the two. I am going to attempt to learn more, but I would like all of you to be present in case something happens to me.
Sumanis nods, and he takes a few steps back from you and kind of puts his back to a wall, and he just watches you closely now.
Gift of the mythos?
Yes, but given what has happened to her, I am wary.
I feel that this is a gift we have forgotten.
I do not believe we have used this. Matt, I'm gonna touch it and use the gift of the mythos.
Which I think you used that in John's game.
I used it in John's game to hazardous, terrible effect, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad for me.
Yeah, it sounds, realistically like reading the description of that and then knowing that you guys handle items from the Awakening is
Right.
like, that's really
Do you have the
questionable as to
description in
whether-
front of you?
Yeah, so it says, when somebody handles an object for any length of time, they leave a psychic impression on them. A mythos can read the sensations, learning who handled the objects, when they last held it, and what was done with it recently. These visions are seldom clear and detailed, more registering like a kind of psychic snapshot. Although most visions concern the last person to handle them, a longtime owner leaves a stronger impression than someone who held the object briefly. Gleaning information requires a mythos to hold the object, enter a shallow trance. They are only marginally aware of their surroundings while using Hands of History, but louder, jarring physical sensation breaks the trance. it says roll a d20 plus level. The difficulty is determined by the age of the impressions and the mental and spiritual strength of the person or event that left them.
I would like to ask White Wolf to not sue us.
Yeah, for Spirit's Touch. All right. I kind of take a few deep breaths and wait to see if Josh is looking up a way that he can assist me with the roll.
I only help myself.
Nice.
You see...
Oh, you're a bard.
Yeah.
Nice.
You see Sumanis start making hand gestures, and he's pretty soon you see the faint traces of a glyph being kind of inscribed in the air above him. And then he puts up his hand and kind of pushes it towards you. And that glyph kind of just softly moves over and hits you. You now have bardic inspiration.
V reaches forward and grabs it and takes it.
What?
Mine.
What bardic inspiration is
a dice. You can roll a dice 6.
But I can use it whenever, right?
Yep.
So, all right, I'll make this roll.
Get 10 minutes.
I have a question. Can you stack guidance on that too?
Yeah.
You want to blow your whole load here?
Yeah,
or?
why not? It's a cantrip. So
Oh.
I was going to say,
he walks.
one of them's concentration, right?
Bardic inspiration? No, you just
I think
you
guidance is.
guidance is.
Yeah,
that's fine.
that's fine, yeah.
What does guidance do?
Guidance gives you. I think it's a
D4.
D4.
Oh yeah, Josh did that. Josh does this every time we make soup.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a stew. That's a stew combo.
It's the stew
And then
maker.
he kind of follows after the glyph and kind of taps you once on the forehead.
All right, here we go.
It's like Tony Satchery's.
Ugh.
Did you roll a 2?
I
Oh
did.
my lord!
Hit it with that bam.
I got an 11.
Fuck.
Good.
Brutal.
With
So
a
you hold this
plus a die
dagger
6.
and you kind of allow yourself to enter a meditative state. You can hear the waterfall in the background inside this majestic hotel. And you begin focusing your arcane abilities on this dagger, looking back in time as to the owner of it, and you see a young halfling, probably early 20s. They open up a Christmas present. They open up a birthday present, and inside is a set of 2 of these knives, and you kind of see and feel this happy excitement and this love and appreciation of a young daughter to her father for her first set of daggers. And
She's from Texas.
I really hope that someday I give my daughter her first set of daggers.
Are you raising a rogue?
I am, assassin, actually. But
There you go. You get the sense that these are some of her oldest daggers. And as you kind of like, I kind of picture it as like a long exposure photo. Like you see that she has been the owner of these things for a long time. But right as you get to the most recent part of this, you get this flash. It is almost like you got a bout of tinnitus. Like there is this intense pain that sort of rings out in your mind, and you get this sense of pain and fire, and it kind of snaps you out of your trance.
I kind of shake my head. I say, I do not believe any of what I saw was very useful. These are cherished weapons. She has had them for a very long time. They were a gift from her father. But the more recent memory, all the only part that stays is fire, pain.
I think if we seek to pick up that trail, we have not much time. If we want to wake her, I say we do it now. There's some risk, but 2 already left from the monastery. They went south. I think they go not to Demerel, but to where she was found.
Yes.
Lofan,
Yes.
if she is not of her right mind, will you still be able to bring her with you?
I can do it, yeah.
Then we wake her, yes?
Very well.
How do we wake her?
You and I shall restrain her. You know how to wake her, Vit?
Get out your smelling salts.
I do not know. I will try to communicate with her. Hilgus, perhaps your healing touch.
Ah, yes. Well, I can do that while I restrain her. It will be a hug of healing.
I wait
Oh,
till
boy.
he wakes her, and I stand. I kind of crouch right in front of her, and I cast Blade Ward on myself as he wakes her in case she lashes out.
Matt, stupid. I should have done this a while ago, but I'm going to use Eldritch Sight. So detect magic. Does she have magic? Is she magic?
No, she is not magic.
Okay. All right.
That would have been fucking awesome. Well, I should have made her magic. I should have just said yes. Fuck.
Yeah, like, that would have been awesome. Like, you're the dungeon master.
She radiates powerful necromancy, and you wake her up.
Hilgus, you lay your hands on her, and Shazim places his hands on the other side, and you both you brace down. You know, you're both like 3 times her size and probably 4 times her weight. Like, you're not trying to smash her down. I mean, maybe you are trying to like hold her down as hard as you can to this mattress in this room, but you're kind of
this is weird.
just-
This
This
is weird.
is getting some bad
Two
vibes.
big ass grown men holding down a child
girl.
Veet says,
she's half.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
I'm hugging her.
Oh,
It makes it worse.
That
It makes it
totally
worse.
makes it weirder.
Yeah.
I give Veet.
You're holding her
I give
in
you the
the
dagger.
small spoon position. No, so you guys are holding on to her. Hilgus, you, what is it? What do you have? Healing word? or
Lay on
I have
hands.
lay on hands.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at that. So you lay your hands on her,
It's a healing hug.
and
That's how you have to deliver from now on.
Cannon.
Yep,
Cannon.
healing
Hilgus'
hug.
healing hug.
Oh my god! Yeah, definitely canon. So you reach into your divine abilities and you perform the infamous Hilgus healing hug on Star, and as you sort of bring her back to consciousness, you both feel this, what feels like a knot of energy that has been bound up and twisted, spring from beneath your hands, and it takes all of your like dexterity and strength to hold her in place as she's trying to like wriggle out from underneath you, and she starts yelling, fuck you guys, I'll fucking what?
Safe friends. I say in Thieves' Cant, and I take the pommel, the hilt of one of her daggers, and I press it into her hand, and I try to look right at her. Safe.
Her fingers wrap around the dagger, and you see that the franticness has left her eyes, and you see now with this blade in her eyes, you recognize that she's planning her next move now that she has something that she can use to protect herself.
I
Who
take
the
my hands
fuck
away.
are you? And what are you doing?
We are the Hard Boys, and we have come to help you.
We have been sent by the Trudicium Star.
Wait, where am I?
You were found unconscious on the icing floe. The Order of the Hawk has recovered you, and now you are with us. We have come to recover you.
Where on the icing floe?
I am not sure specifically.
Demerel?
Before we get into these details,
No.
there was
You'll
concern.
tell me what I need to know.
I take the second blade and I hand it to her.
Oh, I only brought one back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Star,
I'm all set with getting backstabbed by her twice. Thanks, Josh.
You can only backstab once per turn.
Okay.
The last thing we were told is that you attacked the Order of the Hawk.
I cannot say I blame you much for my meeting.
No, that'd be war. No, I would never. And you see that, like, she lets go of the blade that's in her hand, and she starts getting frantic again. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't have done that.
Star, there is concern that you were not in control of your body. That is why I'm restraining you.
So they say.
What?
Do you recall anything? How you ended up there? Do the words
Get off
Tradisium,
of me! Take the blade. Get off of me, please. I can't.
let her go.
Memory.
I look at Hilgus and I say, Hilgus, stand at the door.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let her go, and I'm gonna stand in front of the window.
You see, you guys get off of her, and she, like, scurries up to the top of the bed, and she's now, like, kind of perched up on the headboard and the post, and she's now got herself in a defensive position and is looking around at all of you and, like, you know, assessing her situation.
Please, Simonis has his hands up.
Lufon is here from the Sanishers. He will bring you back when you're ready. If you wish to go back.
No. I have to find Keegan and Woodward.
Can you please explain what happened?
Yeah. No, maybe. Listen. Okay.
Please, start at the beginning.
The last thing I remember was
That is the opposite of starting at the beginning.
She is confused, yes?
it was
Tell us.
we were in Damarel. We were sent by the Tradisium. There was an artifact, and
A true artifact?
they thought so. They weren't sure. They thought it was from the Awakening or before. It's nothing new. It wasn't tied to any of the 13 as far as they could tell. It was... Oh, God. You can see she's starting to get a little, like, dizzy and overwhelmed trying to think back.
I pull, like, the canteen off of my pack that's on the table, and I hand her the canteen with water in it.
I say to her softly, I say, Tradisium, servant, freedom. Does this mean, what does this mean to you?
I don't know. I remember hearing it, but it wasn't, I don't remember the voice. It was, it was something deep. We got it. It was easy. There was a foreman in the mines of Damarel. He had it. He'd taken it from a worker, some unfortunate soul. It was they brought it to the foreman's attention, and as far as we could tell, as soon as he laid hands on it, it took control. I don't know. It was
What sort of object was it?
It's a harp, a Jew's harp. It was beautiful. It was made out of new metal. The dwarves call it Calthrum. It was carved in the shape of two snakes twisted together at the tail, and between them, where the tails met, there was a piece of rose gold with a an obsidian gem that almost swallowed the light. It was beautiful. No.
And you got this from them?
Yeah.
You and Woodward and Keegan?
Woodward and Keegan couldn't catch a fucking fly. I got that goddamn thing. Foreman was...
You said you heard these words, these 3 words. Did the harp speak them to you in your mind when you held it?
Maybe? I don't know. Have you ever held something that has its own voice? Has a
I have.
spirit?
I have as well.
We've been on a few treks with the Tradicio. Things get a little wild.
What? Huh. Okay, so
It is possible.
okay. It was powerful. I just get the things. Woodward, she's the mythos. She's the one that, like, figures it all out. I just got it. And
Please walk us through this. You were able to get this harp. What happened between the 3 of you after this?
Well, the foreman was asleep. I snuck into his house, and he had it on him, but Loaf slept like a log. I mean, seriously, you could have set off a stick of dynamite and that man probably would have slept through it, and I just pulled it off of him. He had it attached to his shirt. It wasn't even in pajamas. I was just in his work clothes. Odd, man. But I got it. I got back out. We met up with Keegan, and he said that we should wait till morning before we went. That he hadn't had enough time to recharge before he made the trip back to the Tradicium, so we made a camp northeast. There was a stream. I think it flowed into the icy flow. I'm not sure where, but the last thing I remember was when I woke up, Keegan and Woodford were already awake, and they were saying that we needed to go. So I gathered up my shit. I got what I needed. I grabbed a piece of bread, and
Did you have the harp at this time, or did
No.
one of them hold it?
No, Woodward, the mythos.
You gave it to him when you returned.
Yes, she's the one that's responsible for the identifying and making sure that things are what they are and what they
Hey,
do.
Matt.
Yeah.
As a fellow mythos, have I met Woodward?
You have not met her, but you know that some of the more powerful items that have been found of late, she is generally the one that is sent out to identify those. And so
Do I
gather
know?
those up.
Do I know? Like, is she like a wizard or something? Like, do I know that?
She is a warlock. You would know that she is a warlock.
Okay. Okay.
She had it. I don't know. We were at the pub, and she was, doing her thing. We went back to camp and slept, and then in the morning they were already up and ready to go. Wow. He's the way back. I trusted him, and it was the first step. I felt different. I've done this thousands of times now. I can get a sense of it, and we weren't heading south. We went north, and I don't know why. And when we arrived, I don't. And you can see that she's starting to, like, that frantic panic look is coming back up on her face. I don't know. I can't. What day is it?
Did Woodward attack you?
I don't know. We landed at the Waystone, and then and then I'm here.
Veet looks at Lufan and says,
How long have we been gone?
I don't know what day it is either, Sue.
It is 10 days past the last rise.
10 days. It's 20, 36 hours. 36 hours. I
don't remember what happened after reaching the Waystone.
No. It's blank.
Have we seen these burns on her arms by now? I know Veet saw them.
Yeah, when you guys were holding her down, I'm sure Veet probably mentioned it at some point, and when you were holding her down before you woke up, you saw them.
How did you get these burns?
And you see she, like, looks down at her arms. I don't... Holy fuck, I don't know. What the fuck is this?
Veet looks at Lufan and says, is there more than the one Waystone in this area that you brought us to? Are there any others nearby?
Few. Not too far north. Mostly, I think there's one a few hours up past Snowmelt, but that's about it. The Order of the Hawk kind of limits a lot of the travel up here. They,
Did we get
don't
any
exactly
indication?
trust us.
Matt, did we get any indication from them, or did I see which way those two monks went as to indicate, like, if they were heading to that spot, if it's to the north or the south of Snowmelt?
You probably didn't hear that in that section of conversation. But from what you guys do know, that she was found south of Snowmelt, but you don't really know. You didn't really ask how far or get a general.
Well, Lufan, south of Snowmelt, near the river or a tributary. How many? Is it just the one or more?
One. Down that way, the splits further down.
Simonis is nodding.
I think we go with haste.
Then we know they intended to go there, but not further north, not north of Snowmelt. So their goal was here, was in Snowmelt, or perhaps even in the monastery.
Their goal or its goal? I do not...
Perhaps one and the same. We do not know.
I will say that if it is a true object of power and it carries the will of one of the old ones, it can possess you. It can charge you with tasks you may not want to perform.
It may.
Listen, there were only 13. There isn't a 14th. There couldn't be, could there?
There was one who made many objects, I believe. Is this not correct?
Yeah.
But also there are objects that use a portion of the power. Objects that have been made since then that are not full artifacts, like the thing that we found.
Yes.
And if you recall, these objects tend to appear. Their appearance tends to be linked in some way to the task that they accomplish. This is a harp. Perhaps it has some ability to entrance.
If it is made of the black metal.
New metal?
This new metal is not the anti-magic metal.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it may be in opposition to magic.
You said it was made of this black metal, but had an onyx stone.
Obsidian.
Obsidian.
And rose gold.
And rose gold. Perhaps that is the true artifact. and the housing about it is meant to control it.
Yes. Well, wherever the answers are, we must find them before the others, before the order. And do not trust them.
You're right. I suppose our journey begins at the Waystone.
Sumonis agrees.
Hilgus?
We go.
Good luck. I don't know. If they're alive, please bring them back. I don't want to have to do this again with anyone else besides them.
Perhaps you and Lafon should wait here.
Okay.
I walk over to her and hold the tip of the blade and extend the hilt to her of her dagger I kill an NPC off screen.
She takes the dagger, and you see her breathing slows down, and she kind of starts like twirling it in her fingers and like rotating it over her fingers as she sits there, and she kind of starts like a fidget spinner. Like,
I will retrieve the rest of your weapons, and then we will leave.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I go get her weapons for her.
Bam.
And then we leave.
Are you guys going to try to get any sort of supplies? You got 350 gold, and you're in a city before you head out.
I think that's a hint.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we have nothing, right?
Yeah, you guys got woken up at 4:00 in the fucking morning, and we're like,
so
go now.
Maybe we just give Hilgus 50 gold for food, and then we go get Sag.
That is a great
Sag it
plan.
up.
So you guys decide to leave Lofon and
Star
in the room that Lofon rented. It's about midday. You have made your choice to...
Matt, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Does it get cold enough here at night to get hypothermia?
No, it is summertime.
Okay.
But you do know that the
Is the water cold enough?
Is
Okay.
cold. I mean, it's icy no matter what. It's flowing down out of
Okay.
those mountains from snowpack. So it is very cold.
So I shouldn't read too much into her having hypothermia in the summertime.
If she was in the water and washed up, yeah.
Yeah. You
All right.
do. Yeah. So
I
we'll
will erase that off my note page now.
Mm-hmm.
Or just cross it out a little bit. All right.
I mean, she could have been in the water and flowed downstream. You know, that is a possibility. But yeah, you guys decide to leave them in the room and go and gear up before you take your journey. So we will end here. We will do some off-screen shopping, and when we come back, you all will be
Level 5.
close.
We did complete the mission.
We did.
You'll all be at the waypoint.
Awesome. I like it.
South of Snow Mountain.
Sweet.
And the Hard Boys ride. Thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed another installment of our Choose Your Own Adventure series. Our intro music is by Wilhelm Scream. Our outro music is by Antti Martikainen. Scores are by Antti Martikainen and Adrian von Ziegler. Find links to check out all of them, as well as links to all of our social media, bonus episodes, and a lot more stuff at our website, nastygramrpg.com. See you next Tuesday.
That's nasty.